Hi everyone, it's Tracy Lewin.
And Merv Smith. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic, thank you, Merv. And a big welcome to Peter Murray.
Yes,
Good
welcome,
morning, good
Peter.
morning, guys.
So
Good to
Peter,
have you with us.
yeah, absolutely fantastic to have you with us. If anyone is not sure, just to introduce Peter. Peter is an entrepreneur of note, a Bitcoin believer, and today he's going to talk to us about security and privacy, which is really quite something in our new digital economy. But over to you, Peter. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, let me talk about security and privacy. I think the main threat to your online digital economy at the moment is our threat to our security. I mean, we've seen so much hacking online. We've seen some of the big Bitcoin exchanges being hacked, and actually this started, since Bitcoin was introduced. Everybody that's been in Bitcoin for a while knows about the big Mt. Gox hacks where millions of dollars were lost. We've had the Ethereum problem where there was a thing called the DOA that was hacked with $170 million. And recently we've had a big Bitcoin exchange hack called Bitfinex where I think the guys lost $70 million. But that's not the only thing that are hacked. Online theft is rampant, identity theft, and also, people losing their details online. Dropbox was hacked, Yahoo was hacked, 500 million accounts compromised, and also the banks get hacked all the time. I just read the other day that in Bangladesh there was the wire system was hacked, and the guy stole $81 million. So this is a rampant problem, and people should be very aware of the problems of hacking.
Peter, when we talk about hacking, how do they manage it? Is it just like a program or something that they run in the background until they sort of hit the right combination?
No, I don't think. I think people are misinformed about hacking. There's different ways of you losing your online information. Firstly, you can compromise your own login details. In other words, people can load malware onto your computer and steal your password and your login, or somebody at your home can look at your computer, somebody working there, get your details and do that. Or there's a company with an online server, and somebody can hack that server from the outside, which is not that easy to do because most companies have a lot of security, protecting their stuff. I think the biggest problem is actually inside the jobs where employees work with hackers to divulge information. The same as you get with WikiLeaks and all this stuff. It's usually somebody working at the place helping hackers to get stuck in, and that is the usual problem.
It's as you say, it's rampant all over the place. And recently we heard about the Yahoo accounts that have all been hacked. You did mention just a little bit earlier about identity theft. What do you think are the full implications of Yahoo accounts being hacked?
Well, it's difficult to say because they haven't really given us any information of what was stolen. But it's not just the Yahoo accounts that are being hacked. There's another issue that I didn't mention in the beginning, and that was privacy. The American government has been using Yahoo to spy on their citizens for years, getting the messages, emails, stuff like that. And if you and this is a very big concern. We all read the book, The Big Brother, 1994 by George Orwell about Big Brother, and this is really true. Big Brother is watching us, and I think it's identity theft is one problem, privacy is another problem. The full impact of the Yahoo hack is very difficult to say, but the fact is 500 million people, their details have been compromised. So who knows what's been lost? We don't even know, and that is part of the problem. A lot of times companies don't share, what they've actually lost.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. So when it comes to Bitcoins, because that's kind of where our focus is at the moment, you know, what we've been saying throughout the weeks is please get your security up, at least get your Google Authenticator in. Do you think that that's enough for now as a small trader or person with small quantity of coins?
I think that is the real issue for me. I mean, this whole thing about, our site has Google Authentication, so it is safe. This is really the biggest, fallacy in the world, because what Google Authenticator does, it makes sure that you are the only person that can log into your account, which obviously helps because you're not, it helps you not to compromise your details. But it does nothing to protect the server of the company that actually are storing your details. And really, if you just have normal, if you just hide your password and you have normal virus and malware protection on your computer, you're basically safe already without Google Authentication. So, websites come and they say, we have Google Authentication, so this is much safer. All they're really protecting is the fact that you are the person that logs in. It does not protect the server against a hacker, and more importantly, it does not help anything against employees sharing information.
Yeah, we sort of lulled into a false sense of security then.
Yeah, because now people saying is, I'm not going to sign up with a site that doesn't have Google Authentication, but really, it's not that much of an extra protection, because it only protects one part of it, and that's your own details that you're not going to divulge to anybody anyway.
Yeah. So do you think it's a good idea then that we change our passwords, or could we just have one password that's like seriously difficult? Because there's a site where you can generate this hang of a long password that's similar to a Bitcoin wallet address or something. Would that be sufficient?
Again, Merv, I don't think the big problem is people stealing other people's passwords and logging into their accounts. The big problem is people hacking into servers. So, and we all concentrate on that one part. We need a bigger password, as if hackers are sitting there and hacking into your own computer from a remote place. That rarely happens, because that's not that easy to do. And if you have a password and you've got Google Authentication on, it's going to be very difficult for somebody to actually hack into your specific account and as you. And like I said, the real vulnerability is in the server, and that's the real target of the hackers, of the company that provides the service.
Actually, that is a good example of that was this weekend. They were hacking again the same altcoin traders. They keep targeting that company, and as you say, they must be getting the information from the server and getting in that way. But I think they're also a little bit deluded, because they keep sending out emails to say, make sure you've got Google Authenticator. But what you're actually saying is, if they're getting into the server of altcoin trader, us having Google Authenticator is kind of irrelevant.
Exactly my point. And the companies are not telling people this.
Yeah. So Peter, in terms of privacy, it's becoming quite a big thing in our new digital economy. What are your thoughts on encryption? I know that governments aren't keen, but what are your thoughts?
I think encryption is your right to actually decide to encrypt your messages, or to send a message that nobody else is supposed to read. Is supposedly a human right. And the fact is that some people are using it for ulterior motives doesn't take that right away, because that's like saying, somebody drove a car into a crowd, so nobody are going to get a license anymore. It's exactly the same thing to me. So, I'm a big privacy advocate. I don't think governments have the right to just spy on their citizens and then pretend it's to keep us safe. So I think encryption should be allowed. I know the European Union want to ban end-to-end encryption, and so does the US government. And they're saying because that will curtail terrorist activity, and that is total nonsense, because a terrorist could encrypt his message anyway by using just an old-fashioned code in a normal email message, or whatever, or just talk in some coded language. So that's absolute nonsense, in my view.
Well, I agree with you too. We do have rights. Then just tell us about Swiss Bank in Your Pocket. It's actually just launched and it's a secure banking, digital currency banking application. How is this innovative application and the device going to meet expectations in terms of our privacy and security?
Well, firstly, Tracy, I think a lot of people don't realize, but the Swiss Bank in Your Pocket is not just a Bitcoin wallet and a vault. It's actually an integrated suite of banking products that is still under development, and that we are going to have a large number of functionalities that will enhance security and privacy, including encrypted messaging, encrypted video chat, encrypted media storage, document storage, and also we're developing smart contract wallets that would be able to, do all kinds of things by being pre-programmed. So it's an integrated suite of banking and security products in the Swiss Bank in Your Pocket. How the other application keeps your details safe and your privacy. Firstly, you are purchasing, when you buy the Swiss Bank in Your Pocket, you are purchasing software. You're not signing up with a company as a client. So you're purchasing software and you are the client of yourself. You load the software on your computer and you use it, and you get two, the software comes, or the application comes in two parts, or the Swiss Bank in Your Pocket, let's put it that way, come in two parts. It comes with a USB device at the moment, which is an encrypted stick, which is really your key, and it comes with an application, a web application that you download from and install on your PC or your laptop, and your USB device is really the key that unlocks the application. And you need these two functionalities together to actually communicate directly with the Bitcoin blockchain. So you can't just download the application and use it without the key. You also can't use the key or the USB device without the online application. Every single device has its own serial number, and every single device is uniquely encrypted with that serial number, and every single application is linked to a specific device. So that's how it's really works.
That sounds so exciting, Peter. Very, very exciting. So looking forward to all that new development. Certainly very innovative and must be first in the world.
To tell you, Tracy, sorry, just to elaborate on that, there's also no central server that a hacker can break into, because the whole communication with the blockchain happens directly through, through communication directly to the blockchain. There's no central server that people can target.
Yes, you see that's the thing, and if you've got an online wallet, or you've got an online wallet on an exchange, there's still somebody who can actually shut down your account. With Swiss Bank in Your Pocket, it means that no one can shut down your account.
Nobody can shut down your account. Also, there's no employees that have access to your account. If you open an account with a big wallet company or a big exchange, they actually, all the employees, whoever can see all the wallets, they usually have transfers between those wallets internally that doesn't even go through the blockchain. So you don't even know whether those coins that are supposedly in your wallet are even there. And your privacy is not really protected, because the people that are working there have access to who you are. They've got copies of your passport. They've got copies of your your residential address. So there's a possibility of identity theft. There's a possibility that your account can be frozen by the company if they get instructed by the government. Whereas with Swiss Bank in Your Pocket, you're buying software. The software runs on your computer, and if the government wants to shut you down, they have to come to you and shut down your computer. There's no company that can't come to Swiss Bank in Your Pocket and say, shut down Tracy Lewin's account, because we cannot, because we've sold you the software. Your account is totally and solely in your control. And you can even buy a Swiss Bank in Your Pocket totally anonymously, and nobody will know it's you.
That's incredible,
And
Peter.
sorry, Tracy. Peter, just on the Swiss Bank in your pocket, there are other devices on the market. What makes Swiss Bank in your pocket the product of choice?
The product of choice is that firstly, the other products on the market are safety devices to protect Bitcoins. They are Bitcoin wallets, and they are good. The Swiss Bank in your pocket is much more than a wallet. It is an integrated suite of banking products that's still under development. So whereas if you buy another device that will be a very safe, it could be a very safe Bitcoin wallet, and you could use it and you'll be happy, but that's all you will use it for. With Swiss Bank in your pocket, you are going to get encrypted messaging, encrypted video chat, you are going to get media storage, you are going to get smart wallets, and you're going to get a secure cryptocurrency wallet and a cryptocurrency vault.
And Peter, if some of our clients are purchasing now, what happens with all these wonderful add-ons and upgrades in the future? Will they automatically get that, or will there be an upgrade fee?
Well, at the moment, what is happening is, let me go to the hardware first. Our first hardware version, let's call it Swiss Bank in your pocket 1, is a USB device that only works on Windows computers, and it's basically our first version, and it works very, very effectively. At the moment, it's a Bitcoin wallet and a Bitcoin vault, and a lot of the other functionality is still under development. The second version that we are working now is going to be available in 9 weeks' time, and it's called, it's going to be a Bluetooth device that would be compatible with all your iOS devices, in other words, your iPhones, your Macs, your iPads, and also with Android phones. And so basically it will be available on all smartphones and any computer or laptop. And what will happen is people that buy version 1 is currently retailing for 99 euros. They will get an upgrade to version 2 for free. It won't cost them anything. So you basically at the moment can buy version 1 and version 2 for 99 euros. Once version 2 is launched, version 2 will retail for 149 euros. So there's a 50 euro saving for you if you buy now, and you will have 2 devices that you can really use. Also, the upgrades in terms of the functionality that are going to come into the suite. Some of those functionality will be free. Some of them will have some transactional or cost or fees. For instance, media storage will have a storage fee attached to it. You will have some free storage, and then if you go over a certain limit, like any of these storage solutions, you'll pay a yearly or a monthly fee to store an unlimited amount.
Geez, it sounds really good value. Thank you, Peter.
That's amazing, yes.
It's exceptional value, and it's going to be very, very comparable to what's available in the market right now, with the added benefit that it's safe. You can put if you're Pippa Middleton, you can put your photos online, and nobody will be able to hack it like they did on iCloud or whatever.
Dropbox.
Donald Trump,
yeah.
your sex tapes will be, nobody will be able to retract to get your lewd remarks. So that's the idea.
Well, just to wrap up, Peter, thank you so much. That's a huge amount of information, and really, if anybody wants to get a Swiss Bank in your pocket, definitely it's something you need to do. There'll be a link below this video. But just to close off, cybercrime is a massive concern to all of us, whether it's your identity someone's taking, your documents, or whether they're stealing your digital currency. Could you give us 3 good tips for us to follow so that our stuff does not become part of a crime statistic?
Well, my tips are very, very easy. Tip number 1 is get yourself educated on cyber security, and also, in the market in general. And how do you get yourself educated? By following you guys and your Facebook page and your programs such as you are having right now, where you will get information on what can be done. So that is vantage point number 1, is actually get some information and get yourself educated on cybersecurity. Because like you say, it's the biggest threat to our digital economy. Point number 2 is protect your own computer. Get virus software onto your computer. Make sure that you choose a proper password. Get Google Authenticator so that nobody can come into your computer and hack into it or whatever, and use your computer to access your, whether it's your online banking or just your email or your Dropbox or whatever. If people get into your computer, they can use this stuff if they have your passwords. And the third thing is avoid to use services that use hot wallets or online servers or cloud services, or any of those are really the big targets for hackers. So if you can rather move your stuff to an offline device like Swiss Bank in your pocket that has additional layers of security before you interact with any of your your businesses or whatever you want to interact with or do transactions, that is the preferable way. So those would be my 3 tips.
Well, thank you so much, Peter. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. Any last words from you, Merv?
No, Tracy, well, yes. We've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks, security, security, security. So, Peter, I just want to say thank you very much. This has been long overdue. I'm excited about Swiss Bank in your pocket. I'm very grateful for the information that you've given us and our listeners. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Peter.
It's my pleasure, and be cyber safe.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, everyone, and listeners. And we'll talk again next week.
Next week. Cheers.